radiation is just too high.
If only you had a couple gods in the room with you that could maybe endure the radiation a little better. Or you could invent a robot that could take it out itself. That would work too. I'm just saying you have options other than this tiresome timely trudge. Wait, are they now trying to pull a repeat the day till you get it right in a time travel property cliche? I gotta check the official TVS handbook on this one to see if this is even allowed. All right, let's see here. And no, this is illegal. Man, it looks like the required price is 3 sins. But instead of all at once, you have to experience them in succession. But instead of simultaneously, you have to experience them consecutively. But instead of contemporary.
Miss Minutes, I know right now you're hurt and you're angry, but we need your help in finishing the throughput multiplier faster.
Doesn't this kind of trivialize all of episode 4, which at the time was a high-stakes and tension-filled episode? Are you saying that whole conflict could have been solved by talking? Gross.
I wasted time and now doth time waste me.
Sorry, Loki, but the quote is actually, I wasted time, now doth time waste me. Don't test me in English lit. No, really, don't test me. I got straight C's.
The TVA handbook? You both wrote it. Isn't that amazing?
Oh, thanks for reminding me that this book strap paradox makes no sense. You took an already existing book that OB wrote back in time to Victor so he could become Kang and someday also write the book? And then OB said he learned everything he knew from Victor, but we never even see that happen. And as I've already got a headache from banging my head on the pie vending machine that ate my last few quarters, I'm not in the right mental space for these time shenanigans.
You will wear this protective suit.
Actually, given that we've already seen Victor dissolve like 10 times, I'm going to suggest we change the name to Unprotective Suit.
How long would it take?
Decades.
Centuries.
Look, I'm not saying that Timely is on OB's level, but he's not far off, right? And it didn't take him centuries to learn what he did. All it took was about 3 decades in a manual.
It's him. It's you. You volunteer.
He is so obviously now in a Groundhog Day situation that it bothers me no one's calling it out. Just a quick, hey man, are you Groundhog Daying? Would do the trick just fine.
What the are you doing?
Wasting the few chances you get to swear on an unfunny line like this. Damn it. If you can only curse once, make sure it counts, Mr. Guy.
Hang on. This all seems a bit rushed.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you artificially cap all your seasons at 6 or 8 episodes. Character development and narrative arcs all get super compressed and rushed. Metal seems impervious to the temporal radiation, so why not make a suit out of mostly metal? Also, that gangway's lack of handrails cannot be up to code, so don't let the TVA version of Asaha find out. That's right, I said Asaha. Blame the hard G GIF lobby who insists you have to pronounce the letters like the words they stand for. So what exactly is the purpose of this machine? Just to launch things into the loom? Because it was already here waiting for OB and the others to use, which would imply they launch other stuff into the loom as well. And if you have to launch stuff into the loom occasionally, why aren't you just launching them from the control room?
Pumpkins.
Scene does not contain Tom Hanks asking if there are any questions.
It worked.
I know Loki's been working on this for centuries, so this is likely a record for the most work anyone has ever put in before still committing a premature celebration sin. Congrats to all involved.
You can't scale for infinite.
This is all sci-fi mumbo-jumbo bullshit, naturally, and I have no idea if this is true, but shouldn't OB or Loki, who have literally worked with made-up time math for centuries, already have known this?
It's almost as if, as soon as the timeline started branching, this was doomed to happen.
Or, to put this in scientific terms, if what's currently happening is represented by a constant on a line graph, the constant is now intersecting with the x-axis of f***ing around and the y-axis of finding out.
I've been where you are.
Oh, really? Have you also been about to push the button labeled skip?
I can't be trusted. You have to believe me.
Sin mixed messages much? At least put a sentence or two between your contradictory statements.
You've been seduced by a throne.
Yeah, been there, my friend. I too was seduced by a throne for about 6 seasons. But I'm here to tell you that path ends in disappointment and gnashing of teeth. It's not worth it, Loki. F***ing season 8.
Not what you were expecting,
And the director said, eat an apple in this scene. It'll make you look like... Hold on. Did we send this back in season 1? I think we did. Can I send the same thing twice? Oh, right. Groundhog Day.
So, how many times have you been at this?
Nice try, show, but I'm not doing your homework for you. If you lost track on how many times you made Loki do something, that's kind of on you. I'm just a semi-passive observer on YouTube here to nitpick every little thing you do or don't do.
We die with the dying. We're born with the dead.
Not so fast. The actual line from the T.S. Eliot poem Little Gidding is, "We die with the dying, see they depart, and we go with them, we are born with the dead. See they return and bring us with them." Can't just pick and choose. That's how internet rumors start. Also, stop quoting classic literature in my comic book show. I want to watch TV, not Google.
I was here, alone, at the end of time.
But you weren't alone, dude. We've seen flashbacks where you had Renslayer and Miss Minutes by your side. Hell, you could literally pluck any variant from any branch timeline and bring them to you for company, too. You're alone by choice, my man.
I made the tough choices. That's why I get the big chair.
Honestly, your chair isn't that big. It's just kind of a normal-sized chair. No need to overcompensate.
Mobius, I need your help. I'm listening.
Even if all the time nonsense is a bit much, the show bringing it back to a conversation between Owen and Tom here makes it worthwhile. Pour a sin out for the last we might get of Loki and Mobius, one of the greatest TV duos ever. Who the f*** let M. Night Shyamalan in here to do these close-ups? Can someone tell the camera person there's a zoom out button? Overly conveniently timed, emotionally manipulative spaghettification.
Not giving you my blessing if that's what you're waiting for.
Man, I don't want to die, but if an action I made in the past caused all of time to cease, maybe I would be open to it. Maybe. I mean, don't quote me on it or go back in time and kill me as a baby. I'm just kind of spitballing here.
I grew up in apocalypses, Loki. I've lived through enough of them to know that sometimes it's okay to destroy something.
So now Sylvie's argument is, if you can't save all the timelines, then they should all be destroyed, including the sacred timeline? Can someone in the comments help me understand this? But make your explanation as demeaning as possible. I want to feel really stupid reading it. Thanks in advance. Damn it! If this scene ends with Loki dying on one side of the glass and Mobius on the other as they line up their hands, I will go full con on this show. I'll do it, I swear I will. Loki just displayed the magical ability to open locked doors. As his identical being from another timeline, can't you do the same thing with the even smaller green doors in front of you? Are you telling me he could just walk out there without the suit this entire time? Magically appearing superhero costumes that replace disappearing clothing. I mean, I only sin it for the convenience. Okay, I mostly sin it for the convenience. Okay, fine, the convenience was just an excuse to sin it. Is this whole scene cool because he grew horns or because he has horns? I want horns. Also, I may just be horny. 11 screaming while using her powers cliche. Oh, sorry, wrong show. Well, too late now. Getting raw time everywhere. Just look at this mess. This is why you should always have some towels nearby for after your series reaches its climax. Making a badass outfit complete with horns, but still choosing to wear loafers. Okay, I know I've given this season a lot of sins, but Loki ascending from puny god to benevolent god of time is such a wild and satisfying conclusion to his glorious purpose sit on a throne character arc that I stand in awe. This is one of the best single episodes of television Marvel has made yet. And I'm going to go ahead and give back one last sin while I try to locate where my jaw rolled after it hit the floor. You might think I'd be too impressed to send the timelines becoming the Yggdrasil tree, but the truth is now Loki is just showing off. We don't take kindly to showboating around these parts. At TVSins, you do the bare minimum to get by and not one iota more. Obviously, well, given the show, maybe not obviously, but highly probable. Still a complete waste of a title card though. B-15 entering through what is clearly marked as an exit. An exit that has unhelpful gibberish printed on it, and an exit sign that is not even lit. This may be the most sinful door in MCU history.
Hey y'all, I'm Miss Minutes.
Really? They brought back the psycho AI? You know what? I'll just say it. I'd rather have Clippy.
Casey said he's gonna get these taken down.
Guy gets one promotion and suddenly thinks he gets to start redecorating, huh?
Those who do not remember the past are,
Not remembering a phrase about remembering things.
You think the TVA is going to miss a tired, washed-up old analyst with a heart of gold?
Mobius, who previously said, "I've never known a life outside the TVA," and added that it gave him purpose, will now depart after Loki leaves. Not necessarily because the character wants it, but because they think the audience wants it. You don't know what I want, Marvel. There are way too many people in this meeting that could have been an email. I won't lie, I forgot Renslayer even existed. And sure, she was awful, but not so awful I needed to be shown her about to be eaten by Eliath. But wait, I hear you asking, is it really Eliath? Let me stop you right there, I don't care.
I might just wait here for a little bit.
Instead of finding a timeline where Mobius's children don't have a dad and going there to fill that void, Mobius chooses to instead creepily stare at his counterpart for a while. Is he gonna go full single white Moby male and take over his own life in season 3? Loki, how's the time peeping? How's the time peeping, Loki? Loki, Loki, Loki. Now that this series is more than likely over, I just want to proudly say I never paid any attention to these credits. I gleaned nothing from them and I missed nothing. But there's a part of me, albeit a small one, that's gonna miss willfully ignoring them. It's been a ride.
Hey, what's going on? For real, my butt is hurting.
I know this sounds strange.
Baby, who am I to judge?
I finally learned to control the time.
Slippage.
You let them know I'll be up in a moment.
I'll do you one better.
Why is Gamora?
Obi, how long will it take me to know everything that you know about mechanics, physics, and engineering?
Very long.
Let's assume I don't know much, but I'm a fast learner, and I'm a god.
I'm a god. I'm not the god. I don't think.